everyone, and welcome to my new tutorial series. In this series, I'll be making various tutorials on various different things in no particular order, but they will be all Windows centered, as I do not have a Mac and nor do I plan on getting one anytime soon, but that may change in the near future. So for the first tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys the more advanced side to Visual Basic Script. Now, this is a very common script, even though it's pretty old, and you've probably seen it before in basic form, such as like searching up a YouTube video on harmless like computer prank or something like that, and what most of them show you is just how to get a basic message box, and when you click any button it just goes to the next one. Now that's okay, but if you want something more advanced and to put your Visual Basic Script knowledge to use, then this tutorial is for you. So what you want to do to start off is right click on your desktop, click on New, and click on Text Document. Now you want to name this whatever you want. I'm just going to name it Free Cookies for lack of a better name, and then change the file name extension to .vbs, and then push enter. Yes, and if you don't have the file name extensions enabled, the way to enable them on Windows 8 is go to File Explorer, go to View, and check file name extensions. You don't need to check any of the other ones. Some of them will be checked depending on your computer. The only one you need to worry about is file name extensions. And on Windows 7, you need to click on File. There will be a Properties button. You need to click on, once you click on Properties, there will be a tab that says Features or something like that, and there will be a long list of features, and somewhere in the middle will be file name extensions. You just check it, it will refresh your desktop, and everything will be fine and dandy. Now what you want to do is right click on it, edit, and now we can start scripting. What you want to do is set up a base. So I'm going to set up my base variable along with it. I use my base variable as x all the time because it's pretty easy to remember, in my opinion. And then you do x equals msgbox bracket whatever that's called, quote, another one, comma, plus, comma, bracket, two quote things, bracket. Now the reason why we're doing this is so that we can select it and copy it. This way we won't have to write it out every single time we want to make a basic message box. Now we're going to fill this in. The first one is the stuff inside the box. So for example, hello YouTube. I'm the best at spelling. And this is the button code, and this is the icon. So 0 means OK button, and 64 means information icon. I also made a tutorial text file on how to use all of these right here, and I'll put a link to the download down in the description as soon as that becomes available. Otherwise you can just follow this tutorial, and then this is the title as you see here on Notepad. So I'm gonna just make it Free Cookies, and that's pretty much all for your basic script. Push save, minimize it, and double click on your VBS. As you can see, the title is Free Cookies. It says hello YouTube with an information symbol and an OK button. So now here comes the more complicated advanced part. So you know how I talked about a base variable? Well, the thing with this is it doesn't have to be X. It can be Y or any other letter or word you choose. I think letters are better because they're simpler to write. But say for example, on my next line, I pasted my base with Control V, and I changed this to a Y. Now what I can do with this is set up a listener. First, obviously, I need to fill this in. So I'll say if you click no, then it'll no, okay. I'm just gonna say yes or no, question mark, and 3 I think it was. I'll just check, because I made this for a reason. Yes, no, and can't, no, yes and no buttons, 4, it's 4. 4, and I'll just use 64 again. No, warning query. Yeah, why not? Warning query. I'll just use that. It's a 32. 32. These also come with the sounds, these icons, and then I'll do choice as the title. Choices. Now what I can do, since the variable is something other than my base, you don't have to make the base the first. It's just something that you're not going to use on your feelers, so that the compiler doesn't get confused. You say if y equals quote quote, and then these are the button codes. So if you push, let's say if you push yes, so 6, then x equals message box. So see x, so what I mean, so it doesn't get confused, is if I put this a y, it'll still be listening because it's in the same line of script. So it could get confused and send this message over and over again in an infinite loop, or if you have other scripts running below it or on top of it, it could get confused. So that's why you have to choose a base that's different from the feelers or listeners or whatever you want to call them. Now I'm gonna say if clicked on, what was it? Yes, then let's say it'll say yes. Woo, or something, I don't know. And then 0 plus 64. Yeah, that's pretty much what I want to put for that. And then what I can do is push y equals 7, which is no, then x equals message box, no, and 0 plus 64, and boo, and there we go. So now if we save this and minimize it and run it, then it'll say hello YouTube, but now it'll give me a choice, yes or no. Also, this is grayed out because as you can see, where is it? Previous app becomes unresponsive. What this means is that if there was another app open, I can't use it. This will be permanently on top of it. So in that case, the last app I was using was the desktop, and it also makes the X icon grayed out. So now what we do is push yes or no. If I push yes, it'll say yes woo, but if I go through it again and this time push no, it'll say no boo. And that is one part of the more advanced side of Visual Basic. Now this is not all though. What else you can do is, it's called a input box. So what you can do with this is, instead of having button codes in these brackets, like 6 and 7, if you have a, what's it called, an input box, so say x, actually, yeah, x input okay, so now we have our input box, and it's the same basic structure except the two text strings are in different places. So for this one you can't actually edit the icon, I'm pretty sure. or you can't edit one of them. I forgot, but I guess we'll just have to see. What we can do is 0 plus 64, and we go like this. Oh yeah, I remember. So we have to say, I forgot which one goes where, but we'll just see. So if we make this something other than X though, so say we call it Z for input box, then, not like it has anything in relation, but just like for my input box, I usually keep them the same. So like I used Y for my special feeler message boxes, and I'm gonna use Z for the special feeler input boxes. You can have whatever, doesn't really matter. I just chose X, Y, and Z because those are really simple and easy to remember. So what we do with this is we type in something random like, please type in your password. And then for here we type in password, and this is your password. You actually can't put icons in input boxes because I guess the way VBScript works, it just doesn't let you. So instead what they let you do is they let you edit the other three things, which is the actual text inside the box, inside the where it asks you to do whatever you want the user to do, then the title on the title bar, and then the default text. So I'll give you an example of this with the text, with the script that I just put in. Hello YouTube, no, these don't matter. Here, your password please. It goes into the title bar. Password is the default text, and please type in your password is a text we get inside the message. So now what we can do is we can put in feelers that don't just listen for the buttons, but they can also listen for what you said. So for example, I go and I can do Z equals bracket this password, or I have no password, which is not true, by the way. Then I can go X equals message box fool exclamation point 16 0, and I'll hack you to death or something. I don't know. That was pretty random, but 16 is also, by the way, the X icon. So now, if I save this and I type in exactly this, I have no password, then I can go in here, hello YouTube, no, yeah, food. Okay, so now if I just push OK, nothing will happen. If I go through this and do I have no password, then it'll say, fool, I'll hack you to death. And why is there a slash there? I might have accidentally, yeah, okay. Whoops. But what else you can do with this is pretty cool. You can do a normal message box. What you want to do is make it custom. So I'm gonna use Z, but you can also use password. The thing with password is it'll make more sense when you do this. And then if I do X equals message box, your password is plus password, and and then it'll say, I guess your password. And if password, the variable password, is I have no password, then fool, I'll hack your computer to death, and yeah, save. Now, when I run this, it'll say, hello YouTube, yes or no, choices, click yes, yes. Now, if I type in, I have no password, it'll say, your password is I have no password, and it'll say, fool, I'll hack you to death if you write I have no password. To check this, look, if I do anything else like this, and then push OK, it'll say, your password is whatever I typed in, and it won't say anything. Well, that just about wraps up this episode for today. If you like this and want to see more like it, please drop a like and post a comment down below, and I will be sure to check all of them. If you have feedback for me or want to ask me any questions, please do not hesitate to do so. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.